Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're going to be talking about a pretty insane situation that truthfully I feel like I kind of called happening. Now this actually all took place earlier this year, but the court case, like the legal situation surrounding it, actually was just settled in the last few days. And according to the jury here, man, this guy is actually completely innocent in this whole situation. But to give you the basics of it here real quick, essentially a jury has just acquitted a guy in, I believe it is Virginia, if I'm correct here. This all took place at the Town Center, which is like a shopping mall. This was in Virginia, and this all happened in April. Basically, a YouTube prankster was going around in the mall food court and was just harassing people like a lot of YouTube pranksters do these days. He got in this guy's face while he was walking with food. He starts playing obscene shit through the phone. He's standing over the guy. The guy tries to walk away, tries to push the phone away. The YouTube prankster continues following him, standing over him, walking with him, just kind of fucking with him, trying to get a reaction out of him. And the guy who's getting pranked ends up pulling out a pistol and shoots the YouTuber right in center mass, pretty much, I think, right in his chest or stomach, and drops him with a shot. And he was just found not guilty for shooting this guy in the mall in what's being claimed as self-defense. Now, the interesting part of this, honestly, is the YouTuber actually didn't die. I mean, he was shot at point-blank range, and he actually ended up surviving the gunshot. He's still making YouTube videos, which is just, honestly, to me, insane. I don't know what kind of videos he's making, but if he's going around doing the same shit still, even after getting shot right at point-fucking-blank in the mall, like, not only is that just completely stupid and just ridiculous. I don't even know how else to put it. That's just stupid and ridiculous, but it's also, in my opinion, pretty unwarranted. I mean, this shit is not funny. It's not content. We'll talk about that, of course. So, a jury on Thursday found a delivery driver not guilty in the shooting of a YouTube prankster who followed him around a mall food court earlier this year. Alan Colley, 31, was acquitted of aggravated malicious wounding in the shooting of Tanner Cook, 21, who runs the Classified Goons YouTube channel. The jury was split, though, on two lesser firearms counts and decided to convict him on one and acquit him on the other. The April 2nd shooting at the food court in Town Center, about 45 minutes west of the nation's capital, sets off panic as shoppers fled what they feared to be a mass shooting. Alright, so obviously I can't play the unaltered footage or anything for you guys of the shooting. I pretty much described to you already what happens. I mean, the guy's in a food court with food. He's trying to walk away. This YouTube prankster comes up to him, is standing over him, playing shit right in his face, trying to prank him, quote unquote, for YouTube reactions, like trying to get a big reaction out of this guy for a video. And I guess you could say, arguably, he got exactly what he fucking asked for, because, I mean, he was literally looking for the most insane reaction he could possibly get, right? Like, he was trying to maximize the quote-unquote entertainment value, aka he was trying to get someone to cuss him out or beat the shit out of him, whatever it is for content. And instead of any of that, dude skipped all that shit past go and went straight to shooting him point blank in the fucking chest with a handgun in the mall food court. And of course, the unfortunate reality is, in America, right, like, the public, it's not like really super dangerous, but like there's always that really small minute risk, right, of like a fucking crazy shooting like that happening, where some dude comes in the mall food court with his gun and starts mowing people down, right? So people start panicking, freaking out, right? Now the jury ended up acquitting him due to the self-defense argument. So basically the dude who shot the YouTube prankster claimed that he was being menaced. He didn't realize whether or not his life was in danger. He felt threatened by the whole encounter, and he used pretty much lethal force that didn't turn out to be lethal to try and stop what he thought was essentially like a threat to his life or his safety, right? So Colley pleaded not guilty and said he was acting in self-defense. The verdict came Thursday after about 5 hours of deliberation. 3 hours in, the jury sent out a note saying that it was, quote, divided in terms of whether the defendant acted in self-defense. Loudoun County Circuit Court Judge Matthew Snow called the jury back into the courtroom around 3:30 p.m. and urged them to continue deliberations. A standard admonition given to juries to indicate they are deadlocked. The jury then delivered its verdicts at the end of the day. Colley's defense attorney, Adam Pouillard, said the conviction on the firearms charge is inconsistent with the law, given Colley's acquittal on self-defense grounds. He asked the judge to set aside the conviction. A judge will hear arguments on that issue at a hearing next month. Cully, who has been in custody since his April arrest, will remain incarcerated. Poyard said that during Thursday's closing arguments, his client felt menaced by the 6'5" Cook during the confrontation, which was designed to provoke a reaction and to draw viewers to Cook's YouTube channel. Cook, Poyard said, is, quote, trying to confuse people to post videos. He's not worried that he's scaring people. He keeps doing this. Now, here in the United States, you are innocent until proven guilty. I know that we in society have very oftentimes forgotten that very simple truth. So the defendant in this case got to make his argument. He made the argument of self-defense. He said that he felt threatened, he felt menaced, and that the fact that this guy was recording YouTube content that basically encouraged a insane reaction, he felt justified in defending himself with his firearm. And apparently, the jury also agreed with that take because they ended up seeing video of the shooting. Jurors saw video of the shooting, which captures the confrontation between Cook and Colley lasting less than 30 seconds. The footage shows Cook approaching Colley as he picks up a food order. Cook looms over Colley while holding a cell phone about 6 inches from Colley's face. The phone broadcasts the phrase, "Hey dipshit, quit thinking about my twinkle," multiple times through a Google Translate app. In the video, Colley says stop 3 different times and tries to back away from Cook, who continues to advance. Colley tries to knock the phone away from his face before pulling out a gun and shooting Cook in the lower left chest. There is no pause between the moment he draws the weapon and fires the shot. Prosecutor Eden Holmes said the facts don't support a self-defense argument. The law requires a Colley reasonably fear he was in imminent danger of bodily harm and that he used no more force than necessary. She said Cook's prank was bizarre but not threatening. Quote, "They were playing a silly phrase on a phone," she said. "How could the defendant have found he was reasonably in fear of imminent bodily harm?" The charges of aggravated malicious wounding and malicious discharge of a firearm also require the jury to find that Colley acted with malice. If the jury finds that Colley was responding to a provocation that reasonably arouses fear or anger, then there is no malice under the law. So it's kind of a tricky situation, truth be told. Me personally, I'm a huge self-defense advocate. I believe in the right to use lethal force to defend yourself, even in public, to defend yourself or other people's life if it is in imminent danger. However, I have seen the video footage, and I personally can't say that this guy thought he was in some sort of physical, imminent bodily, harm. If it was one of these YouTube pranksters who are, going up to people and, pulling out fucking knives and acting like they're gonna, kill somebody, I would have totally understood shooting this guy in self-defense. But you're in a mall food court, the guy has literally only a phone out, he's playing some stupid shit through the phone, he's clearly just trying to fuck with you for attention. That's not necessarily a threat to your life. That's not a threat to your safety. And in legality, self-defense does not extend to just, oh, somebody's annoying me really bad, let me shoot them, right? However, because, the guy kept following him around and was standing over top of him, and realistically it all happened within just a few short seconds, right? The jury ended up pretty much deadlocked on whether or not this was self-defense, right? Could the guy have known he was in danger? Could the guy have known whether or not he was being pranked for YouTube content? Personally, I think self-defense is a little bit overboard. I don't think he was being completely, negligent or murderous by shooting him. I think he was basically blindsided by some fucking asshole at the mall who was trying to evoke a ridiculous reaction. He kept cornering the guy as he tried to fucking walk away, and the guy made an irrational decision thinking he was defending himself. That's what I think. Now, of course, the only opinion that really matters here is the jury's opinion, and he was acquitted on self-defense, so he's not being charged for trying to kill this guy or anything. There are the 2 lesser charges, though, of course, the malicious wounded, the aggravated malicious wounding, and the malicious discharge of a firearm. Now, they seem pretty split. Of course, it adds that if he was responding to something that reasonably arouses fear or anger, there's no malice under the law. I can definitely see the argument that this guy was reasonably arousing anger. Fear, not so much. Anger, definitely so. I mean, he's just following this guy around who clearly didn't want to be aggravated, standing over him, fucking playing stuff through the phone, recording him, being ignorant, just trying to basically get an action out of him, get a reaction, get something out of him, get him to freak the fuck out, and that's what he got. Do I feel bad for the prankster for getting shot, though? Not necessarily. I'm just gonna say it. I don't necessarily feel bad that the dude got shot. Do I think it was self-defense? No. Do I think that this guy was some sort of fucking horrific victim who didn't have anything coming to him, who just didn't deserve anything? No. This guy is just like a lot of these other YouTube pranksters, going around in public and realistically rolling the fucking dice with every single one of these annoying, unfunny confrontations that they do, right? They go in public, they harass people for content, they're essentially just kind of hoping that this person has the morality within them to not beat the shit out of them or carve their fucking stomach with a knife or steal their shit and run, do some just nefarious shit, right? They're just kind of hoping that these people don't do that to them so that they can make YouTube quote-unquote content. And that's all it is. They're literally going around making the world a worse off place, fucking with people in real life, so they can, you know, anonymously make money online, basically. That's just fucking cringe to me, man. I'm sorry. And I just don't find him to be a victim. Like, he got, in a way, what he asked for. Like, you're going around fucking with people, you're harassing them, you're menacing them in public. You eventually are gonna run into the wrong person who isn't thinking that it's just some funny little YouTube prank, some little ha-ha, hee-hee, gotcha funny moment, right? They're taking this shit serious, and all of a sudden now, it's not about fucking YouTube pranks, it's about the hole in your chest that you have because you just got fucking shot, right? So, I don't know, man. It's one of those things where fuck around, find out, but a little unjustified. Ultimately, I don't think this guy really gives a fuck, though. I mean, he's walking free, you know? He's pretty much good, if that makes sense. The other two charges seem to be pretty split. The jury's already pretty, it seems like, in favor of him. I don't really think he's gonna face any sort of significant repercussions at this point, man. If they already talked him down to the point where it's like, oh, it was self-defense, I really don't see any jury getting away with just fucking hitting him with charges, right? So it's just, it's one of those things I've been warning people about, and I know I've said this in videos before, man. Like, it's only a matter of time before these fucking YouTube pranksters, these streamers that go around in public just harassing people, it's only a matter of time before one of them, they basically play Russian roulette wrong, and they're the one with the fucking bullet, right? It's only a matter of time before one of these guys goes in public and gets laid the fuck out by somebody or gets hurt by somebody because they keep thinking that all of these internet videos and shit IRL is just the internet, bro. That's the problem with this kind of content and with this fundamental principle here is, like, these people are doing this shit for internet validation and to reap internet digital rewards, basically. But they're fucking around with people in real life. Like, this is not a game, bro. You're not fucking walking around with a VR headset on. It's not in the metaverse. This ain't no digital shit, bro. Like, you are in real life. You are fucking with real people, with real guns, with real knives, with real problems, whatever it is, bro. Like, you're not fucking around in Grand Theft Auto, or you're not role-playing in a video game, bro. This is IRL everyday life, man. People honestly get hurt for way less shit, too. Like, you're not invincible, bro. And this is one of those things where it's like, yeah, you survived and, you know, you got away with your life in this instance, right? But to continue making content after this, doing this shit, bro, it mind-blowing, bro. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @subtooptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. Thank you to my Watch Optimus subscribers. Your support helps the channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, well, talking about this YouTube prankster and signing out.